So today I want to talk about the show idea, but I really hate doing this because I know last year and the year before I keep doing it basically. I keep coming up with a plan and then telling you all about it, going into quite detail about the plan, only to find that nothing matriculates, no one helps me, no one talks to me, no one does anything. I'm pretty sure this plan that I've created is my higher self's plan because I have not controlled the singers' birth dates, and hence I have not put the order in the way that they have based on my view. I've done it based on things my higher self has done because my higher self can't control birth dates. I had no clue a month ago that my higher self has controlled the birth dates of all those people on the list, but I'm pretty sure she has, and I think that that is the best plan to go off, but it's true that I can't say what year it's going to kickstart. I know 2000 and April the 3rd to 2000 in 2026 is actually Easter, or no, Good Friday, which happens to be on my birthday, so I feel like that's done for a reason. But then again, over the last 2 years, Good Friday I think has been once or twice on my birthday, or Easter Sunday has been, it's happened a few times, but I guess I didn't have a plan, and I guess your plan was to ignore me for a lot longer without telling me, and it's annoying how basically no one has added me on my Facebook page, which is pretty much what I expect. I thought there'd be about 20, to be honest. I thought there'd be about 20 people who add me in the first week of me deleting. Okay, it's only been 3 days, so right now 3 or 4 people. 4 people have added me, but I'm pretty sure one of them's my stalker. I get this weird guy who calls me on a blocked number about once a week to ask me if I've gone back to massage and getting surprised every time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing it. No, can you stop calling me? And he doesn't. So I wouldn't be surprised if that fourth one that added me was actually him. But yes. Anyway, when it comes to the plan, I've noticed the bands have, they have like 4 or 5 people in them, and therefore they have 4 or 5 birth dates, and I'm wondering if they should get involved like probably at many different stages, just because bands are kind of safe in numbers, and therefore if we want to expose the angels or the singers' names, hidden names, it might be best to try and involve bands as soon as possible. Why? Because it would make it look like there's a lot of people involved in this, and I have an idea of having me in one house somewhere in a hidden location, and then setting up lots of different houses in any country. Any country could include China. I know they don't really worship Christianity, but if the leaders are, if they want to find out who, like Shiva or whatever, who, technically I'm the goddess, and they worship a goddess, so even though it's not Christianity, maybe they would want to have a sort of polite show that discusses possibilities. And I know they've always rejected Christ or the Christianity, but I'm glad, because I'm not really for their religion. So, but at the same time, because this is going to be quite the stage 1 stage, it should be a sort of civil show that just allows people to, or allows the governments to see how many people in their country actually are able to accept the truth or handle the truth. Maybe I'm getting things wrong because I've been ignored for 12 years, so and my parents just have absolutely no ability to believe or anything, so maybe I'm seeing things on a wrong perspective because I'm surrounded by idiots, and therefore I'm assuming that maybe the whole world is full of idiots, and they aren't going to accept, but maybe I'm wrong about that. So that could be an idea for stage 1, which is just to have a house that's sort of Christian based, although it won't actually be really Christian based because I'm not Jesus and I'm not God the Father. So but yeah, I like the House of the Lord name just because it kind of shows that the Lord is often referred to like the Christian God, and it will be Christian based only. It's more about killing Christianity But we won't say that part. I want the people that go in there to have Christian beliefs, I guess, because I am Christ, so they need to actually be tested. But it's not going to be about shaming them or mocking them. It's just being about. It'd be nice to have a show in each of the different countries where they talk about this, and then they have a sideshow where they get the audience to talk about the things that were discussed. I think if I was just to expose myself as being Christ, and the whole world could just watch this one show, I think all the focus would be on me. And I don't actually want that. Like, I don't want people to know too much about me. Whereas if they have different shows all around the world, and I'm just, maybe at certain, maybe 8 o'clock a day or something, I can go on sort of a webcam and can reach out to all the different houses. And it doesn't matter if the housemates sort of say, oh, she's not Christ, but I'm not going to stay in this house any longer, I'm going to leave, The point is not to keep them in there. The point is to want to scare them off so that you can get new people in there, new people to discuss different things. I think it might be interesting if people go in there after knowing that I think I'm Jesus or the real Christ. I think, not Jesus, I think I'm the real Christ, and then have people going in there to challenge me or something, but they could only ever see me through a web chat. I do sleep a lot, so I might not actually be that involved. I feel really, really tired most of the time, and I don't know if that's just because I have nothing to do, and I'm incredibly depressed because of how everyone's ignoring me. Yeah, I would like there to be some sort of show where I can go online and talk to the different houses, and they can talk to me if they wanted to and ask their questions. And if people from the audience want to ask or get the house to ask me questions, then I guess that would be a way of involving, because I kind of want to include the whole world. And if you're just someone from India who doesn't speak English, you might struggle to get involved in my situation because I don't speak your language. And but if there's a house where people are communicating with me in English and then talking to the people, it's easy to talk to hundreds of people because there's hundreds of people, so you can talk to different people in the house. If there's all these different houses, and there's lots of people wanting to contact and get involved in the show, they can, if there's lots of different houses. Whereas if it's all just me, there's only so many hours in the day that I'll be able to communicate with people. So I like the idea of setting up lots of houses all over the world, and communicating to the houses and allowing the houses to communicate with other people, even though the people in the houses probably don't support me. But that would be a way of not shocking the world, because the people in the houses would represent just all the people of that nation or the different kind of beliefs. Definitely leave out the Muslim belief, because people can get very violent if they think that Muhammad is being insulted. So it's very important to leave that one out. But yeah, anywhere with a Christian-based community, I think they should get involved, and it'll only be for 3 months. You could even say it's just going to be for a month, and then just extend it each week until you get to September the 23rd, and then but yeah, that's how I think it should play out. And so NSYNC have one, which is I still haven't really quite decided on their name. Angels of Contradicting Statements kind of makes sense, and because one of them has a birthday 2 days after Jerry Halliwell, who represents the Word of God also being, full of contradicting statements. That's, yeah. In fact, I think one of them was in there, actually. There's the Angels of the Bible. That'd be interesting but the thing is that you don't want to have to keep bringing the same people in if nothing more is going to be revealed. But then again, maybe you do, because it could just be more, I don't know. I don't really know what the point of... Some of the names aren't that impressive, so is there a point of bringing them in just to reveal a very non-impressive name? But I don't know. I think the good thing about having lots of singers is that they can visit these different houses and show involvement, even if it doesn't actually mean meeting me. There's a lot of singers that I don't really want to meet because I'm angry at them. But if they meet the housemates in the other houses, it would look like they're involved and that, you know, I'm working with them and that is fine, and we're all getting on, when that might not actually be the truth. Um, but yeah, and you know, maybe there should be some people visiting my house. I would like to, definitely the Maya Snow Wife and Dan from Imagine Dragons. You know, if they wanted to stay in my house for like in the one that I'm in for like a week or whatever, that'd be an idea. I do like the idea of having a marriage where I try and marry myself, because I want to wind up Christians and say that I am both the bride and the bride of Christ. Hence, it's just code for me marrying myself. I know they're not going to be very happy with that, and I don't mind it actually like not going through, because I think you can't really marry yourself. That is a bit weird, I know. But that would be still that why Busted could get involved and put a stop to that. And the next on on the band Liberty X, who I think represent Angels of the Marriage, the next birthday is on September the 5th, which is the day after Beyonce's birthday. So I don't know, maybe the marriage could be then, you know, just straight after, so you expose that Beyonce represents Tinny, and therefore people have to make a choice between, do they want to stay kind of in a relationship with God, who is, or Christ. You can leave out the God part, but if you want to stay in relationship with Christ, which is me, and marry me, I don't know. I still don't like the idea of marrying the whole world, but it's kind of just playing on the Bible themes, um, and saying, hey, you really wanted to marry Christ? Well, here's your opportunity. And doing it a day after exposing Tinny might be a good idea, because people might less want to marry me because of that. They might think, oh no, we prefer Beyonce, we prefer Tinny. So that would be fine. I don't care. It's not like I even wanted to get involved in this marriage anyway. But it's nice, you know, everyone likes to have, weddings are nice things, and therefore if you did, it's just something really, it's just entertainment, that's all it is. It's just like Married at First Sight, you know, you're not really married, you're not doing it really because you love the person, you're doing it just to create a TV show. And I like the idea of having some sort of marriage and then getting all the other houses involved as like spectators, so you can have like webcams where they look in, and give their views on it, and I guess their views would be similar views to the average person in that country. So and then you can have a sideshow for all the different shows, so that you do actually get the views of the other people. But I like that idea. It is like a worldwide Big Brother, but it's very different, and I don't want to call it Big Brother. It's I want I don't want to get I want to get away from that branding and that show. I think I like the idea of the branding before, because Big Brother, the name, seems to be just linked to entertainment and fun. But yeah, I don't really care any longer. You know, it doesn't need to. I don't want it to be seen as entertainment and fun. You know, a lot of people. It's a serious thing. This is a serious discussion and serious topic. So it probably should be called something very different. House of the Lord is one name, because Lord can be anyone. Anyone can be a landlord. You just need to own land. But yes. What else? Don't know.